Hello and welcome to Queenie's Card of the Week. Wherever you find me, right? Like I'm running around. No, I'm running around depositing these in many social media areas because that's how fancy I am. It's true. It's true. So, I pulled a card. Well, I pulled two cards this week because I thought two might be better than one. The first card that I pulled is from the Eileen Connolly Tarot deck. It is from the Major Arcana. It is Materialism. This in the other decks is generally called the Devil card. People get very scared of the Devil card. So I guess this is kind of a tarot deck. It's one of my favorites that has kind of it's like the softer side of tarot. Materialism is getting caught up in thoughts, getting caught up in what ifs, getting caught up hanging on to things that represented security to you that are no longer keep you secure. Holding on to a job that is not right for you until the job leaves you. But this is the holding on. If you'll look at the person on the cover, he is being held in a way, burdened by all the different qualities of all the different suits. So you've got wands is his lust, his passion, his creativity, his concern that this feels like scarcity, like, oh, there won't be any more creative ideas. There will not be any more passion. There will not be any more lust. Oh, there won't be any more great ideas. I won't be able to, I won't be able to communicate clearly. There won't be any more clarity. What if I don't just let go of this, there won't be any more clarity. Oh, there won't be any more money. There won't be any more security or stability. If I let go of this, there won't be any more. Oh, there won't be any more insights or intuition or dreams or visions. I'll stop dreaming if I don't let go of this. But then you see behind him that there's this rainbow and there's this other person unencumbered behind him. And the Devil card, whenever I read a really fantastic meaning of the Devil card years ago in a book called Tarot Constellations, and it's lighten up. It's like somehow we are hanging on to things too tightly, and we need to lighten up and let go a bit. And these things, because it's also shame in all those areas, feeling of shame. I can totally relate to that. This shame of being, the shame of even existing, the shame of wanting more, or the shame of not wanting what we have, the shame of even existing or taking up space. And this card comes in to let us know that we're working on this week. And it really kind of doubled down because I pulled a Fairies Oracle card for this week as well, the Soul Shrinker. And this is about negative thinking, negative attitudes, shame of being, holding us back, distorting our reality. I wish that it didn't seem so dramatic this week. One would think it would be very dramatic last week with all that's going on with the fire and with the fires, and it's still going on, and politically, globally, and then in our own little bubbles, in our own little worlds, all the things that are going on. And I guess both these cards are kind of reminding us how important it is to not necessarily ignore the thoughts that suck, because they're going to be there, because we're human beings and stuff happens. Things we don't want to have happen, and things that we do want to have happen. Or, it's just the human existence, really. And so having these cards this week is just like, okay, somehow we need to focus on whatever it is that's working, instead of painstakingly, obsessively focusing on the crap that isn't working. It will weigh us down. It will be a burden. It is a burden. The Soul Shrinker card, this Fairies Oracle card, this story behind this card is that this fairy was once the most beautiful fairy. And what happened was they started thinking badly about, thinking that they were better, thinking that they were that they shouldn't be bothered with, and they started gossiping, and they started ruminating, and they started getting with their friends and talking about all kinds of negative crap, and they didn't stop and have gratitude for where they were at, and it shrunk them, it shrunk their light. And the way to resolve that, wow, this is almost 7 minutes. Who knows where I'm going to be able to put this? YouTube, definitely. Erin Shannon 617 at YouTube. Anyway, it dimmed their light because they were just focused on the negativity. Again, I will say, this is not about ignoring the terrible stuff that is happening to you, to anyone else. It is not about ignoring that. It is about being able to find ways, find the beauty in the middle of all that. Little tiny things, I always say this, okay, my socks are comfortable today. Or I feel warm. I have a roof over my head. I just had some great coffee, or whatever it is, to shift your focus, just to remind yourself, ask yourself, what's good? And with the materialism card, the devil card, this is letting you know that there are some things that you're hanging on to so tightly that are causing more of a burden than they need to in your life, and that you need to lighten up. So I would suggest finding some things to laugh about. I would suggest, if you like cute pet videos, that's usually the way I off gas, I suppose, and help yourself that way, because there's good, but you're not looking at it. There's some good, but you're not looking at it. This is not about ignoring the bad. This is about shifting your focus a little bit to just glance at the good. Glance at what's good, just for a few minutes. And it shifts things, and it'll help you energetically. I'm going to try. I hope you do too. Come back again next week for the card of the week on your various social media platforms, and know that I love you and that I believe in you, and we'll talk soon.